can't hear you, Una.
I was unmuted. Can you hear me now?
I was like, is
There's
this?
always something every week, isn't it? Never mind. All right, let me start that again. Hello, and welcome to this week's Marketing, Branding, and Getting the Sale. And today is a very, very special day. It's International Women's Day. Woohoo! So welcome. And you'll see we have a special guest with us here today. We will dive into why Alyssa is here in a few moments. But first off, let's have some quick introductions. So Stephen, let's start with you this morning.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome, Alyssa. Nice to see you. My name is Stephen Lerman. I am from Chameleon BDS, Outsourced Business Development. So for companies that don't like to, don't want to, or don't have the resource to make those outbound calls and make those appointments for new business, then I do just that. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you, Stephen. Jessica.
Morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I work with businesses. Well, a lot of businesses come to me when they're feeling confused and overwhelmed about what to do with the marketing. They don't quite know what the next step is. They've tried all sorts, but nothing's really worked. So I really go back a step with them and work on one with the brand. So I have a 6-step brand loyalty process that gets the brand to a stage where they can have more profitable marketing off the back of that.
Fantastic. Alyssa, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on. My name is Alyssa Kay, and I help coaches and service providers become in-demand experts.
Fabulous. Thank you. And if you haven't met me before, my name is Una Doyle. I'm a business strategist and coach. I specialize in working with creatives, and I can help any established business owner to find an extra 50K in only 15 minutes without any extra spend on marketing or ads. If you want to know how, DM me or comment below, and I'll send you a video showing you exactly how we do that. So today we have got International Women's Day, and this is the launch of a very special event. Stephen, I think we're hearing things in the background from you there. So it's a squeaky chair, I think. So and he's muted now. Thank you. So Alyssa's here for a very, very important reason as well, which, because it involved a lot of women, I thought what better time to actually get her on and talk about this than today, International Women's Day. So Alyssa, would you like to share with us about your story of what's happened to you in the recent weeks and what you've done about it?
Sure. So let's start off with a bit of positivity. Let's talk about Ukraine this morning. So I'm Ukrainian. I live in the UK, and what actually transpired was, by some sort of, I would say, a fluke, the majority of my family ended up in Ukraine over these last few weeks. So my parents went on holiday. My dad lives there full time. And I found myself with my little sister stuck here, essentially watching the news like everyone else. And I don't know about you, but I sort of felt like I was on like a slow motion highway going 100 miles an hour, like, where I was just watching the news and all of the updates were happening. And, I feel like we live in such a privileged world where I've never been in a situation where I really thought, oh my God, I don't know whether I'm ever going to see my parents again. Like, I know that sounds very harrowing, but that's the sort of the feeling that I was left waking up with every day. And here is the thing. I firmly believe that we as entrepreneurs are the new voices in society. We as entrepreneurs are in this incredible, privileged position where we get to affect change that we want to see in the world. And, I don't know about you, but like, I like to zig when others zag. So I sort of spent, a day or two in this downward spiral, watching the news, refreshing my apps, basically trying to help my family on the other side of the border. And I thought to myself, like, what can I actually do to help these people? Because, to be honest with you, like, we had options. My family had access to a car. We have money. Like, my mom and my grandmother, my granddad, my stepdad, they got in a car, as did my dad and like three of his other families, if you get what I mean, like 3 convoys. But other people, like my best friends who I grew up with in the same apartment block, didn't. They were like, I have no money. I'm waiting for my salary. And I sort of sat there thinking, oh my God, like I have options, my family have options, but what about all of these other people that don't? What about all of these other people that don't have access to funds, that don't have access to essentially save themselves? So I did my mindset routine. Like, I know you guys probably talk about mindset a little bit here. I was like, this is, I've spent 3 days in mourning for my country, in mourning for my family. And I had this great idea while brushing my teeth. Oh my God, what if I could get in touch with every single person I know in the industry, whether they are a great mentor like Una, who I've worked with before, or whether they are an acquaintance that I met at a retreat once. And I've just messaged literally everyone I could think of that same very night. Half of the list was, I also didn't want to be banned by Facebook or Instagram. So I messaged as many people as I could, woke up and the next day, it was like a Saturday. And I got some, people to say yes, essentially. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm onto something. And, when I tell you, I really thought it was going to be me, like a few of my clients and maybe like, I don't know, a few friends. I thought it would be max 10 people. I could never, ever imagine that it would have grown to this big, thing in just a week. So I didn't really answer your question there. Sorry.
I asked you to explain kind of, well, what happened, that caused you to do what you've done. So do you want to explain what it is you put together? And I'll drop a link in the comments, and people can have a look while you're explaining as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've done is we've created a bundle of products from the people you know and love, and from some people you don't know and love and will love, right? And this bundle features over 50 experts in the entrepreneurship space. The majority of us are women. I don't know why that happened, to be honest. It's not like I didn't reach out
to you know in this space or something, but I just thought it was so funny that happened.
I don't know. It was like, how many women do you have in there? I was like, I think we only have like one guy, and Mike, bless him. Shout out to Mike, who did an amazing job with a bundle of masterclasses. But so the majority of the contributors are women at this time. It's over 50 people. You have access to the trainings. You will see them on the page. I got this question yesterday, like, how long do I have access for? Pretty sure it's lifetime access unless it's otherwise stated on the page. Like, there are memberships there are templates, there are bundles, there is Facebook ads, there is mindset, there is branding, there is all of the goodness is in that bundle. And the value of it alone is over $5,000, and we're asking for a donation of $97, or you can donate more if you want. And all of the money, 100% of the proceeds, all of the work that myself and my team have done on this has been totally voluntary. So we're not like, I don't know, we're not gonna Anna Delvey, you guys. Would be the word I would use for it, right?
I watched that series recently. Oh,
right?
If you never watched it, folks, go watch it.
So we're going to donate 100% of the proceeds. Actually, I've started donating because we just hit over £5,000 this morning. So super excited.
Wow, fantastic. And I haven't even got around to buying it myself, which I am going to do, by the way. I've just popped the link in the comments. But just it's alyssa-k.com/act louder. I'm not seeing it pop up here. In fact, let me put it on here.
Yeah,
there we go. I can show this on the screen. There we go. That's where you go to get it. So yeah, there's so many different resources there and different amounts of values. But my gosh, like 5,000, was it dollars or pounds? You said?
I don't even know anymore. I feel like it's
just been such a whirlwind. I know you have been. Like, you started off with this idea and then it took over your life for the last week or so, hasn't it? As you've been putting
just so that people are aware, like a normal launch like that would take 200 plus hours. Feel like I blinked and I don't know what happened to me last week. And like, bless a few of my clients helped out, and a few of my friends too, to put it all together, because it would not have been humanly possible for us to create this solo,
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'd love to know, Jess, Stephen, have you got any questions or thoughts about what Alyssa has just shared here today?
I just think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's an amazing example of being reactive from something, in a sense of taking action and not being, you probably had some fear to do it initially, but overcoming that, like you say, with your mindset to think, no, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to think what everyone else is doing. I'm not going to worry about all that. I'm going to push through. And that's obviously shown through with everyone that's helping you out. So this first time I've met you as well, isn't it? And I don't know your story and everything. So that's so inspirational. And I've got the link up to have a look later on as well. But you said when you,
well, by the way,
yeah,
by
it looks like it's an amazing page as well in itself. I was reading through it. But yeah, so in a sense of when you said you thought when you first started out, it might be about 10 people and, your friends might say, yeah, I'll put this towards, I'll put that towards. And now, like you say, it's covering anything within business, branding, marketing, mindset, all that sort of stuff. How would you say that it's different to what you expected? I know you said from about 10 people, but did you think it would be something that maybe, I don't know, $50 or $20? Like, what was the return that you was expecting from it, and how has that changed to what you actually got?
That's a really great question, because I'm not really sure what I was expecting. I just knew that, so I'm very much strategy based, and I think we'll attest to this. Like, I'm very much into my systems and into my masculine and into, I think the last video I published in my Facebook group was, no, you do not have a mining mindset problem. Like, what you actually have is a strategy problem. And the reason I bring this up is because I think a lot of the projects that we as business owners put together, for me, are very much based on, okay, well, how much traffic can I expect to get to this page? And what would be like the ROI? What's the EPL, etc.? So for me, just sort of throwing things out there and being like, hi, I have this idea. I don't know how much money we'll raise. That was what was different, because it really was so far outside of my comfort zone. First of all, asking people who I sort of vaguely knew that I have this idea. And secondly, even just putting it all together and not really having a strategic plan of action. It was sort of like, well, we'll all share the link and we'll see what happens. To then on the first day, with really a few posts, to be raising, over $5,000 for causes that are really affecting change right now. That was what was for me different, that there was no strategy behind it other than, I really want to affect change. I really want to act louder. I kept seeing these people go like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel so overwhelmed, or like my favorite, I'm praying for you. Like, thank you so much for praying for me. Like that's so kind. But I really want to use my platform to act, right?
Yes.
And I want to see other entrepreneurs step out of their comfort zone and act too.
Absolutely. And I think it sometimes it's just hard for people to know what to do. I heard a story. I was listening to, there's a podcast I'm being featured on shortly called Selling with Love, and he was interviewing, I can't remember the name of his name, apologies, but it was an episode on kindness. So it's one of the recent ones, so I'm sure you can see it there. And what he was saying was that there was a school shooting where many children had been killed in America. And there was this outpouring of, grief and support. But what a lot of people did was they sent cuddly toys to the town. And they ended up having to hire a warehouse to put these cuddly toys. And one of the kind of leaders in the town said at the funerals, there was actually more cuddly toys than people. And so all these people were attempting to be kind, but they got to feel good about doing something, but actually what they did didn't really make a difference, because all it did was create more headaches for the people. And it was done with the best of intentions. He wasn't criticizing them or anything. And I think sometimes people won't act because they don't want to be doing the wrong thing, so I think that's really important. Just for those of you who might want to get this and actually, to do that $97 donation, you'll see on the screen, I've given 3 months membership to my marketing academy, where you actually get to You'll have heard me banging on about market dominating position and really getting into your ideal clients, and that all of that is in there. Plus, the first 10 people who buy this and opt in to, there's an opt-in link when you click that. The first 10 people who do that are also going to get the calls that I have every month. There's a kind of marketing office hours. So I just wanted to say that as well. But yeah, there's so many things here. You can see like there's everything. Look, you got like eating and, other things as well as business. So there's a whole selection of things that people can get from being in this. So, if you can spare $97, or if you want more, it shows you on how to do that. If you pay with PayPal, you can increase the donation amount. So there's loads of things here. Whatever challenge you might have in your business, and you not only get to help people who are really in need right now. I mean, I can't even imagine, if you think about when the lockdown first happened and people were worried about buying toilet roll and things, and imagine being displaced from your home and only being able to have what you can carry. I mean, it's just hard for us to imagine what that must be like. So to be able to have, and the money, by the way, is do you want to just explain actually where the money is going? Because I know sometimes that concerns people. It's like, well, what's going to happen with the money? Is it going to the right places? So if you could just explain that, Alyssa, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So actually, there is a little bit of a story behind that. In the first day, I even shared a link that was fake. So part of I know, right? So the first like donation thing I saw, I was like, reshare that on Instagram.
Yeah.
And one of my friends actually, who's in Ukraine, she messaged me being like, hi, this is a fake link, like please don't donate there. And I'd already donated money there, so part of this initiative was very much to make sure that the money is going to verified actual places that are genuinely affecting change. So we're going to be donating to the Red Cross, because I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never heard of the Red Cross doing anything wrong.
No.
Please DM me if you find a case study. Like, I've done my homework here. So we're donating to the Red Cross. We're donating directly to hospitals that are in Kharkov, which is being which is horrendously bombed right now. My dad is from Kharkov. I have lots of family there too. So we're donating directly to a hospital there that is currently overflowing. We're donating to a hospital in Poltava, which is the next town over. A lot of the casualties from Kharkov are being sent there. So we're donating there. And then I'm looking for a charity. And if anyone knows of a place that works with female hygiene specifically, we want to make sure that the refugees that are currently displaced and are currently walking, 8 to 24 hours to the border have access to hygiene products, because I can't imagine being in that situation. Yeah. And one of the things that I keep hearing from the border is these women that don't have access to cleanly products. I'm trying to find a reputable charity that is focusing specifically on that. I'm talking to one in Lithuania today, but if anyone knows of a good place, please DM me.
Yeah, please do. Alyssa is tagged in the main body of the post, but you can just look her up or just go to alyssa-k.com. Just delete the last bit after you've made your donation, of course, if possible, if you're able to do that. And look, if you're not in the position financially to be able to buy this bundle right now, please don't feel bad. Share it. Okay, share it to people. Just share it generally on your feed. Maybe some people who do have those resources. DM it, email it to them. Because I think it's you'll be able to helping them with the resources, but then 100% of the proceeds are going to the people who actually need it right now. Stephen, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, Alyssa, it's absolutely amazing what you're doing. The fact that 100% is going to charity is amazing. The fact that you've banded together 50 people to donate their time and their resource free of charge is absolutely amazing. I've had a quick look while you guys ladies were talking, and some of the stuff there is absolutely amazing. And for people just starting out in business, where money's tight, you are offering unbelievable value for money. And it's the gift that keeps on giving, because you're donating your time, you're donating the money, and I truly believe that what goes around comes around, and this will come back on you in so many positive ways. It's absolutely phenomenal. So kudos to you and all the people that you've got together. It's absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Oh, thank you
Brilliant.
so much, guys.
Well done,
I haven't cried in 2 days. I feel like this is a record. So, let's.
I mean, I know I'm getting emotional as well. The thing is, like, International Women's Day is about, kind of showcasing and highlighting, inspirational women. And thank you, Tristan, for saying Happy International Women's Day. The thing is, though, like, I think a lot of the time we think of people like Oprah or, Maya Angelou, and these are incredibly inspirational women. But I think there's often like a distance of, oh, well, I would never get to speak to those women or anything. And so I think it's great to have, you as an example of an inspirational woman here today, to inspire people to act. I love the name, what you called it, Act Louder. I think that's fantastic. And of course, your natural creativity coming into play there with that as well. So, I think it's, there's a situation here. I mean, look, there's all sorts of situations go on around the world that are not fantastic. But this is one that we're faced with right here. It's something that was very personal for you, and you took action on it. And, I think that's fantastic. But what I'd love to do is also, I'd love to hear from everybody about, who's one or more women who have inspired you, and who would they be? So, Jess, would you like to kick us off? And please put in the comments who's inspired you as well. We'd love to hear that.
So I had a little think this morning, and for me, I've been listening to Brené Brown's Audible book again. I listen to it all the time. My friend introduced it to me. She was like, "You'll love this," and it is such an amazing piece. Let me get it up so I can tell you exactly which one it is whilst I speak. But I love her research. I love her examples. I love her imperfection and how she delivers things, and a lot of the stuff that she talks about I practice in mindset and things like that. So it's really good to see real life examples of that. So The Power of Vulnerability by Brené Brown, totally recommend that to anyone and everyone I meet. Another one is Jenna Kutcher. I've followed Jenna Kutcher since I started business, so she's a really inspirational one for me. And another one is my friends. I have a solid group of some really amazing women in my friends group, amazing mums, amazing people that have their own businesses, people that have gone straight into the careers, nurses, teachers, and really excelled in what they do. And I really look up to my friends, and that's why I'm friends with people, because I look up to them and I have some kind of inspiration from them. And obviously you, Elisa, now after meeting you today, you are really inspirational as well. So I'll definitely be keeping in touch with you, following this Act Louder, and helping any way I can. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jess. Stephen, what about yourself? Who's one or more women that have inspired you?
Well, I could have picked somebody from history. Obviously, you've got the likes of women like Rosa Parks for what she did, all those years ago. But I wanted to pick somebody much closer to home. And I think about, I saw your message this morning about who inspires me. And I have to say, my sister. So my sister is 2.5 years younger than me. She's got 2 kids under 5. She's got a 14-year-old. She's got a stepson. She's a teacher. She does the sports after school, and she's also running a marathon. So she fits that all in, and also does stuff around the house as well with her husband. So for me, my sister is completely inspirational. I say to you, I'll go for a run in the morning. I say I've done 4 miles. She goes, "Oh, how have you done 17 miles?" I'm like, where do you find the time? I don't find that, and fitting everything in with a hectic lifestyle that she's got, running kids around, swimming, football, parties, so for me, my sister, Alexis Levy, I know you're not on LinkedIn, but if you were, I love you. You're amazing. There you go.
It's on Facebook. You can tag her on Facebook as well.
Oh, I will. I'll tag her on Facebook. Thank you.
Fantastic. Nice one, Stephen. What about yourself, Elisa?
That's such a difficult one to follow. Like, anyone I say from history is not going to compare. Gosh, well, actually, so I have two. I guess from history, my favorite author is a woman called Margaret Atwood. She has written lots of really fascinating essays. And actually, in Ukraine, like the International Women's Day is such a bigger deal than it is, I would say, here. Like it's a proper holiday where everyone gives each other gifts. And like my brother this morning bought us tulips, and there's like tulips everywhere. Yeah, so it was great, but I really love Margaret Atwood's essays, and generally anything that is fiction based. She talks about some really interesting concepts about being a woman, and I guess, you know, I've just been floored by the strength of the women in my family. Like, my mom went to work yesterday, which is insanity to me. Thankfully, my mom and my grandmother made it over the border. Everyone else sadly is still stuck over there, but they got here. You know, my grandmother was like up busy making soup yesterday. My mom was at work, and I don't know how I would be in that situation, you know. And having had a little taste of what it was like to be looking after a child full time, I am like even more overwhelmed by the magic that is, you know, my mom and all of the things that she does every day as well. Looking after a 10-year-old, running a store, doing all the good things. I think a lot of the time we think that we have to say like these really incredible big women that have affected history, and usually the women that are really affecting change are the ones that are closer to home.
Well, I think, you know, they're all doing great stuff. Absolutely. Let's just know Tristan has just actually shared. He's saying, my mum, she inspired my entrepreneurial journey by encouraging me when I started my first business, age 12. Go, Tristan. She's run various businesses and helped so many people, and still live streams to support others today, age 71. I want to meet her. She sounds fantastic. And she's won the Local Heroes Award. Hang on, I just have to sorry, I have to Local Hero Awards as a one-woman tourist board. Hashtag go live granny. Oh, she sounds amazing. That's fantastic. So and then quickly before we finish up today, I want to share a few people. There's actually a book I want to share. Here it is. This is Lynn Twist, and she wrote a book called The Soul of Money. And highly recommend this as a read. And she's raised billions of dollars, well, millions and millions, it might be billions of dollars for charities. I just wanted, she said the amount in here. Never mind. Anyway, it's a huge amount of money that she's raised, and she really presents her thinking on money from having learned from those who don't have hardly any resources to those who have huge amounts of resources. So she got very interesting perspective. So I love the fact that she shared that. I would also like to share about my sisters, who have definitely inspired me as well. They're very private people, so I'm not going to give details of why, but just to say that they've both had, you know, various challenges in life, and they're still around. You know, they're still caring for their friends and their family, and just getting on with it. And that's the other thing I actually was out this weekend. So many of you know that I started sewing my own vintage style clothes, and my sewing teacher has now become my friend, and we were out for a walk this weekend. She lived in South Africa and was herself displaced. And ended up coming here to the UK. But it's just someone who's just got such a get on with it attitude. And yes, so and it's interesting. I think sometimes people can think that kind of will just get on with it attitude is uncaring, and she isn't. She's actually very caring. She does a lot for a huge number of different people. And also just, you know, has kind of, you know, got on with it when presented with various challenges during her life as well. So yeah, well, listen, I just think we should celebrate all women today, and all the women who have donated to Alyssa's bundle, Act Louder. The link is in the comments and it's on the screen. Please, if you have the means, do go and make this a way for you to donate to all the women and their families who are currently being displaced and you know, are facing such challenges right now. And yeah, so I'd love to know any final words quickly before we wrap up. Jess?
No, not so much, apart from just how amazing this conversation has been to start the day. What a great way to start the day, and kind of, you know, inspire each other for the day. So yeah.
Stephen, final words from you.
Yeah, if you can hear me over the sound of the phone ringing in the house. Very inspirational. Loved it. Love what you're doing, Alyssa. It's been fantastic. And yes, every day should be International Women's Day. It's amazing what all the women.
Oh, love it.
Brilliant.
Yes. Every day should be International Women's Day. Love it. Alyssa, final words from you.
Well, let's campaign for that. Let's forget the bumper. Let's make every day International Women's Day. But seriously, thank you so much for having me on and for sharing this with your people. We're really hoping to affect a lot of change. And just thank you, you know, for all of the support from you too now, for contributing, and for this conversation this morning. It's been great.
It has indeed. And I know we're going to talk about some of the kind of challenges for women-owned businesses. But actually, I think what we've talked about, you know, today has been, you know, just absolutely perfect for today. I'm feeling inspired. I hope you're feeling inspired. Do please comment below and tag the women who inspire you. And we'd love to see those as well. It'd be fantastic. I'm off to a Unique Ladies event today. I'm exhibiting there. There's speakers, and it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to spend the whole day surrounded by women. So I'm looking forward to that. So have a fantastic day, everybody. We are back here same time next week. We will see you then. Bye for now.